Welcome again to Watch and Wear. I'm your host, Robert Chest. Thank you for joining me this evening, or whatever time it is when you're watching this. Today I want to talk about, or the segment that I'm going to feature is a look at the Heuer Formula 1. I have a specific one that I got my hands on for a few minutes, and I was able to do a little recording, so I'm going to share that with you a little bit later. First of all, I want to start with a little, what are you wearing? So today I'm wearing a new shirt. This is Heuer Formula new dress shirt. It is spread collar, non-iron dress shirt, blue with a little bit of a gray and white stripe. Just something I really enjoyed. I think it pairs well with this Ike Behar gray pin dot tie that I've got on. So I wanted to share that with you. Heuer Formula, obviously known for suiting. They've definitely got a fantastic lineage heritage in men's suiting. They're one of the top men's suits manufacturers that's out there that you can buy right now. And I have a couple of Heuer Formula sport coats. Specifically, I have some two that are cashmere that are really gorgeous. Navy, and then also like a British khaki. Maybe I should put one, well, maybe I'll put one on for later. I'll show you at the end of the video. But Heuer Formula has gotten into menswear kind of across the board. They have dress shirts, they have sport shirts, pants, ties, you name it. They've got a line that includes just about anything that you could want. And a lot of it is really nice. So if you have not already, take a look at Heuer Formula's menswear line. Don't think of them just as a suiting brand anymore. Now, if you want high-end suiting, though, you can go for Heuer Formula's Gold Trumpeter. Top of the line suiting. It comes with a gold thread that's stitched into the shoulder that will distinguish it from other Heuer Formula lines for you. So you always know you get a gold trumpeter when you have that gold thread right there. That's meant to be removed. It's not meant to be worn, but that will show you that you have a gold trumpeter suit. Oh, talk about my wristwatch that I'm wearing. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm recording this on March 1st of 2018. So it is sort of set your watch date forward day. I'm not sure that's an official holiday, but maybe it should be. So I went through today and I reset all of my watches to say March 1st, because obviously all of them were wrong, with a couple of exceptions, which I thought was really interesting. First of all, I have a G-Shock that I've just purchased that I'm going to share with you shortly that updated itself. And then the other watch that updated itself today, which really excited me because it means that something is working that I wasn't sure if it was working. It's the watch that I'm wearing right now. It's my Seiko Couture. It's a radio sync solar powered watch. My Seiko Couture, I was all ready to reset it, and it already said the 1st, which means it reset itself sometime last night, which is super exciting because I think I mentioned when I've talked about it before that I was not sure whether it was syncing with the radio sync feature, but that means it definitely did work. So good job, Seiko. Good job, Seiko Couture Radio Sync Solar. Nicely done. You've updated yourself, and I'm very proud of you. All right, so that's what are you wearing for today, including my nice little wristwatch check as a part of that segment. Let's go ahead and roll the intro. want to just jump right into a special, um, something special that I have here to review for the channel. A gentleman who's a customer at the store ordered a Tag Heuer, and I have it here just for a little while before I go to drop it off for him. So I thought I'd take a look at it with you and tell you a few of my impressions, let you know what I think of the watch. Let's see here, and this is it right here. This is Tag Heuer Formula 1. It's got a 1/10 of a second chronometer that goes to 30 seconds. It's got a blue dial and bezel with the tachymeter there. It's got a date at the 4 o'clock position. It says Tag Heuer Formula 1 down around the bottom of the bottom subdial. I'll get a close-up shot here and insert that for you. I do just want to kind of give you some impressions about the watch. First of all, it does have a nice weight, a nice heft to it. It's stainless steel. Certainly on par or better than the general run-of-the-mill stock that I have at my store. Even the Bulivas that really have a nice weight to them aren't quite as solid feeling as this. Definitely a nice solid feeling bracelet. Interestingly enough, I'm looking at the end links here that connect the bracelet to the case of the watch, and they almost look like they're not solid, but I believe that they are. Yeah, they are. But it's tricky. It has very much the look of like a cheaper bracelet, like a Seiko type entry-level bracelet, because it's got these pieces that sort of fold over. But as you look at them, they are solid. They're smaller than normal end links that I'm used to, but that's okay. You know, kind of worried me there for a second, but they've actually got a solid end link. The back has got like a half checkerboard pattern. I guess that's the racing heritage. It's got a signed crown with a little shield logo. It does not have the words Tag Heuer, but it does have a little shield logo that echoes the Tag Heuer shield from the face. The orange accents on this are really nice. The main second hand is slaved to the chronometer, so you have a ticking second hand in one of the smaller subdials there. But that's normal with that's the right way to set up a watch that has the tachymeter running around the outside here, because you want to be able to read that tachymeter with the main second hand. The second hand is in orange. There's lume on the main hands of the dial, as well as the indices. Some of the indices are cut off by some of the subdials, which is okay, but does affect the legibility a little bit. There is a nice big 12 Arabic numeral there at the 12 o'clock position, but really nice. I've played with this for just a moment. The 1/10 of a second chronometer, the 1/10ths of a second will spin around in that bottom subdial for about 30 seconds and then stop. But when you do stop the chronometer, it will give you a reading to that 1/10 of a second. So you're not, even when you see that 1/10 of a second subdial stop making its way around every second, it is still keeping track to the 1/10 of a second. Like I said, the subdial over on the other side there will count up 30 minutes before it's completely done an elapsed circle there. There are orange printed minute markers at every 5 minutes to correspond with the main indices on the dial. Alignment is very good on this. But as I've been saying, this does tick, um, not audibly, but you get one tick per second, uh, which is indicative of a quartz movement. I think a lot of people are disappointed with Tag Heuer for using quartz. Now this is Swiss made. It does say Swiss made down there on either side of the bottom indices there. So it is a Swiss quartz movement, but a quartz movement nonetheless. The bezel does not rotate. It's not really set up to do that with a tachometer, and it doesn't. Although it does kind of have that gear edge, so it looks like it might rotate, but it does not. Overall, a really nice watch. Probably not the watch that would be my first choice from Tag Heuer. Because of my fondness for divers watches, I'd probably go with an Aqua Racer. But the gentleman who ordered this is getting a beautiful watch, solid feeling. If I were given this watch, I couldn't have any complaints. Yes, it has a quartz movement, but that is its own. That has its own reason for being. Not everything needs to be an automatic. Not everything has to have that automatic in-house movement. A quartz has a function, certainly can keep time for you, certainly keeps great accurate time, and I think it's actually a very reasonable choice for this piece if you think about it in terms of what this is, what it's trying to do. A tool for every purpose, and this one certainly fulfills its purpose. Anyway, that's a Tag Heuer Formula 1 blue dial with orange accents with a 1/10 of a second 30-minute chronometer. Gorgeous watch, really nice. I do have one complaint down here at the deployment, or the deployant. It does have some micro adjustments. It also comes with an extension, but the main clasp is sort of manually operated. There's not a push button deploying on this. You have to physically unclasp it, and then it comes apart that way as well. But I don't know if you can see that. So you've got the extension there, the main clasp there, nice solid click. But you do have to kind of get under there with a fingernail to get it up. There is not a button that deploys that. Little safety catch there. That's a nice touch, but a little bit odd. Clasp is once again signed with that Shield logo. Overall, very nice watch. I think this gentleman is going to love this watch to death, and I'm just excited for him that he's getting it. But with very few exceptions, a lot of positives to this piece. So I'm going to go drop this off for him. He's going to be excited to get it, and I'm glad I got a chance to share it with you as well. Give me a moment, and I'll be right back to finish up. All right, and just as we're going to wrap up here, I am back as promised. I have slipped on one of my Hartschafter Marks cashmere gold trumpeter blazers. I did check, this is a gold trumpeter. Both of them that I have, the cashmere ones are. And I wanted to show you, this is the kind of British khaki one. I also have the navy blue. And I did want to show you if I can get a shot of it here. We do have the label inside, 100% cashmere, woven in Italy, gorgeous. But then also, let me see here if I can get this in the shot. There you go. That's the Hartschafter & Marks Gold Trumpeter Dillard's label sewn in there as well. So I wanted to show you a gorgeous jacket. It feels amazing. It feels a little bit thick and just, I guess kind of velvety compared to like a worsted wool jacket. But this jacket really does a fantastic job in almost any weather. Here in South Carolina, we do have pretty hot summers. So right at the height of summer when it's the hottest that it's going to be, I would tend not to wear this jacket, but any sort of natural fiber does really well in staying breathable. Obviously, it will keep you warm in the winter, but it will stay breathable in most conditions, which leads me to our Robert's Rules of Order for this time, and that the Robert's Rules of Order today is, under almost every circumstance, choose natural fibers. So cashmere obviously is a natural fiber. It's sort of the the undercoat of the cashmere goat. I believe it's a goat. But there's sort of a rougher outer fur and then an undercoat that makes up these cashmere fibers. What is cashmere? You might say it. So it's similar to wool in that it is an animal fiber or an animal-based fiber, animal-produced fiber. At any rate, it's something that you shear off of an animal. All right, but it's finer than wool, and I believe straighter than wool. It comes in, I think, in the 10 to 15 micron range, which is an extremely fine fiber, which is what gives it the characteristic softness that you're going to associate with cashmere if you are familiar with cashmere. Certainly something that I recommend. You don't have to have a 100% cashmere blazer like I do, but it is an experience to wear one of these. So I really love mine. I would not hesitate to recommend the experience to you as well. So that's our Robert's Rules of Order. Under almost any circumstances, choose a natural fiber. Let me give you two exceptions to that rule while I'm thinking about it. Exception number one, there are elastic fibers that can be added in small quantities to some fabrics that I think are really fantastic to give fabric just a little bit of extra stretch. I know the pants that I wear a lot from Hugo Boss have a stretch component that they're not stretchy, right? You're not going to physically stretch them, but they just move with you and allow you to wear something comfortably that might be uncomfortable without that stretch. So I think that really is an exception to that rule. But once again, look for something with 3 or 5% of these man-made elastic fibers, where the rest of the garment is going to be a cotton or something like that, a natural fiber. I think that's going to suit you best. The second exception, and this is something that I wear where I'm going to tell you it's okay to go 100% man-made. I'm sorry, yes, man-made, 100% man-made. Where I normally go with a natural fiber, for this, man-made fibers will work. And that is any sort of garment that's meant to be moisture wicking. There are man-made fibers that do an amazing job of moisture wicking. Essentially, what that's gonna mean is that if you sweat into the garment rather than sort of pooling in the underarm or something like that, and soaking the fabric there, that fabric is actually going to move that moisture, spread it over a larger surface area, so you don't get a wet feeling, and that's going to aid in really maximizing the ability of that moisture to dissipate, to evaporate away. It's going to keep you cool with evaporative cooling. It's going to keep you dry. It's going to keep you comfortable. And so anything where you might sweat into a fabric more than usual would be something where I would recommend looking at a moisture wicking fabric. And really a man-made fiber can do a really, really fantastic job of that without causing you to be uncomfortable, without being too hot. So they're doing a really fantastic job of that now. And so there are t-shirts and undergarments that I own, that I use especially in the summertime, that are really fantastic, that have this moisture wicking property. So heartily recommend that you look into that as an exception to the rule. But most of the time you want a natural fiber. It's going to keep you comfortable. That's going to keep you looking dapper and feeling good. So that's Robert's Rules of Order for today. I think we'll wrap up this video for now. Thank you for joining me. If you like the video, feel free to hit the like button down below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, take a moment, hit the subscribe button. That helps me out a lot, and I really appreciate that. And that will help you to get access to more content, because when I put out another video, it's going to give you a link to that there. You also can hit the bell icon. That will automatically alert you when I have uploaded a new video, so that you can see that as well. So once again, this has been Watch and Wearer. I'm your host, Robert Chest. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.